The behemoth of a graphics chip maker, Nvidia, reached an astronomical $1 trillion valuation, that too with a stock price that skyrocketed 220%. Evolving beyond their video game, nice and bearing more capabilities such as powering enterprise AI models, managing the industrial metaverse, and even self-driving cars. Now, while the transformative leap from video games to an enabler of AI did not happen overnight, the leap in the stock market with an astonishing market value of over $1 trillion did. But how? Well, let's break it down. Initially founded in 1993 by 3 engineers, Nvidia sought to bring immersive 3D graphics to personal computing through dedicated graphics processing units. Their first product was the NV1 chip, created in partnership with Sega for gaming consoles and PCs. However, the NV1 failed to gain traction. Nvidia pivoted, focusing solely on the burgeoning PC gaming market. In 1999, they released the revolutionary GeForce 256 graphics card, the first GPU bringing programmable shading to mainstream gamers. It was a watershed moment that cemented Nvidia's graphics dominance for decades to come, setting them on the path toward eventual AI superstardom. Nvidia cemented itself as the undisputed leader in PC gaming graphics. When it released the GeForce 256, it was the first consumer graphics card capable of programmable shading, bringing advanced lighting and textures to video games. The GeForce line went on to dominate the discrete graphics card space, now owning over 83% market share after over 2 decades. But Nvidia realized each GPU's array of streaming processors adept at rendering graphics could also handle general compute workloads, requiring massive parallelism. So they set their sights beyond gaming. In 2006, Nvidia introduced CUDA, finally enabling developers to easily leverage GPU acceleration rather than only CPUs. Adoption exploded as researchers now had access to tremendous computing horsepower. Diverse fields from computational finance to bioinformatics started shifting workloads to GPUs. When artificial intelligence became the next big thing in computing, using parallel matrix math, Nvidia was in a great position to take advantage of this trend. Its CUDA-accelerated GPUs excelled at running the repetitive calculations underlying neural network training. As corporate and academic AI research grew exponentially, propelled by advances like increasing model sizes and datasets, Nvidia's hardware sales rose in lockstep, growing over to $14.5 billion in 2023. Clearly, the company had made prescient bets positioning itself at the forefront of successive computing revolutions. Nvidia was perfectly positioned to ride the AI wave, with its GPUs becoming the standard accelerator for training neural networks. As corporate and government investment into AI research ramped exponentially, Nvidia's sales and stock price followed suit. This hit an inflection point in 2023, when the new era of generative AI took the world by storm. In May, amidst the buzz surrounding ChatGPT and other large language models, Nvidia posted guidance forecasting a meteoric 50% rise in next quarter's revenue. Investors were euphoric at the enormous market potential, sending Nvidia's stock surging in a single day and adding a record-shattering $250 billion to its market valuation, crossing the magical $1 trillion threshold for the first time. Nvidia's profits would validate this growth story. When second quarter earnings for the period ending July 20th, 2023 arrived, revenues had soared to $13.5 billion, a monumental 171% yearly increase. Nearly $11 billion of sales came from data center products like GPUs for training the latest generative AI models, now the company's largest business segment. Riding the immense hype around AI, Nvidia seems firmly entrenched in the elite $1 trillion club for the foreseeable future, as new frontiers like robotics and self-driving cars promise untapped opportunities ahead. Its prescient investments transform into immense rewards for investors. Nvidia's rise to $1 trillion giant was fueled by more than a few prescient strategic bets. Firstly, the company focused exclusively on chip architecture and design, while outsourcing time-intensive manufacturing. This allowed Nvidia to pour resources into pushing the envelope on GPU innovation. Secondly, Nvidia nurtured an entire software ecosystem like CUDA around its hardware. enabling developers to extract maximum value across applications from scientific computing to AI. And finally, Nvidia identified emerging trends years before market demand materialized. Despite initial skepticism, Nvidia invested early in opportunities like AI acceleration and crypto mining. These risky bets perfectly positioned the company to dominate these nascent markets when exponential growth later occurred. Had Nvidia merely rested on its graphics laurels, it would never have cultivated the capabilities and customer reach to thrive in computing revolutions beyond gaming. With chatter around ChatGPT reaching a fever pitch, Nvidia is prudently placing its next strategic bets in generative AI. It recently launched AI Foundations, a cloud platform enabling enterprises to build customized large language models fine-tuned to their industry using Nvidia's optimized stack of software tools and hardware accelerators. With domain-specific capabilities like video generation or molecular simulation possible, this positions Nvidia to dominate the explosion of industrial AI applications expected in coming years. And Nvidia continues pushing into emerging technologies like self-driving cars and digital twin simulations for manufacturing. While gaming remains a steady revenue generator, new growth vectors clearly represent the company's future. Some analysts caution Nvidia's valuation is overstretched after meteoric growth. However, with continued dominance across multiple cutting-edge spaces and visionary leadership delivering sustained innovation, Nvidia seems poised to remain a Wall Street darling, especially as technologies like Omniverse, metaverses, and bioinformatics promise vast untapped markets ahead. In summary, Nvidia's prescient strategic decisions enabled its astronomical success. By focusing on innovative chip design and nurturing graphics and AI software ecosystems, Nvidia cultivated unique capabilities years before market demand emerged. Their risky bets identifying nascent opportunities perfectly positioned them to dominate explosive growth in gaming, data center AI, autonomous driving, and other cutting-edge sectors. Thanks to sustained technology leadership and visionary leadership across markets, Nvidia joins elite tech giants in the exclusive trillion-dollar valuation club.